get the opinions from the fellow panelists here in studio. But Daniel, for you, because at the end of the day, like he is saying that taxes are supposed to finance recurrent expenditure. When it comes to assessing the value for money, especially the external debt, are we able to relate it to actual work or projects done in the country? Or it's a whole pot being used to finance different programs?
Sam, I think that is the biggest problem we have about our debt. Debt is not a bad thing, but when it is not used effectively, then it is the reason we're in the hole that we are right now. Now, do we know how our debt is used? No, we don't. The first performance audit by the Auditor General around debt was in 2017, and it was clear that the debt that we acquire was not being used effectively. Part of the fiscal discipline that we need is that when we acquire debt, sovereign debt comes on very, very different terms to allow us, as a nation, invest. By the time we are repaying, we should not be feeling the pinch of the interest, because the investment that should have gone into that particular process should be able to strengthen us as a sovereign nation. Think about the SGR. It's one of the famous debt contracts. If from the onset it was analyzed for its lawfulness and its effectiveness, it means for the amount of money that was used on the SGR, we should have opened up our corridor completely. That particular railway, let me not use the standard gauge, because I don't think Kenya is a state or a nation that should have a standard gauge railway. We should be way above that, and based on the money that was utilized. It should have been so efficient that nobody thinks within the EAC thinks about any other route other than the Kenyan route. But that's not the case. It's very, very inefficient. It was costly, overpriced, and now we have to repay at a very, very high interest. This goes to the center. How comes we do not know our current debt register based on the audit? The Auditor General, was it last month, declared that, look, I am not able to verify the ledgers against the contracts. Why is there that particular level of opaqueness? And the Auditor General appeared before Parliament. Now, there is no excuse whatsoever for Parliament not to know our debt status. Because Article 211 of the Constitution on borrowing by the national government states, within 7 days after either House of Parliament so requests by resolution, the Cabinet Secretary responsible for finance shall present to the relevant committee information concerning any particular loan or guarantee, including, it covers every aspect of debt. So Parliament, this country for the last, during the campaign period and after Kenya Kwanza took power, we've all been concerned about our debt issues. But the solution lies in Parliament. Clearly, within our Parliament, they are not concerned enough, yet they have the power and the full constitutional mandate to help us get our debt register, get its lawfulness and effectiveness, and thereby assist the Auditor General with all the information they require to give us our debt register. Why are they not moved? Parliament, honestly, so far, for the last, since this constitution, has failed Kenyans, particularly in matters of debt management.
And Honorable